everybody, welcome back to Dusty Coloring. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Today is my completed page video for June 2025, and I did a fair amount of pages, but I also have a bunch of whips. I just decided that if I sit down and I don't feel a page, I'm not going to commit to it. I'm not going to make it into a project or a chore. I'm just going to color whatever elements are inspiring me at the time and then pop it aside for the next month. And if it takes me coloring little bits and pieces here and there, I'm okay with that. I think next year I'll tally up all my whips, and maybe my goal for 2026 will be once a month. Try and complete 1 or 2 whips, just to challenge myself a little bit. But right now I'm not in that zone. So if I'm not feeling it, I'm stopping. Now, if you watch my plan video for June of 2025, you'll see I had a random generator pick out some pages, and I did color in some of those coloring books. And I did not color in some of those coloring books. So some of the things here you may have seen have been generated, but some of the books generated I may have not been feeling. So yeah, but I did not write down, well, I did write down what was picked, but I didn't put it in my journal. And I don't know where the paper went. So that is shame on me. But yeah, next month I'll be able to better tally that. All right, so let's get started. So I decided I wanted to tackle a page in spirit animals. And if you have this, it's also soulmates, I think, is another version of it. I actually have soulmates as well, but I kind of messed up a couple pages in there, so then I ordered the spirit animals, and I'm trying better. But I'm currently working on it, but I know that I'm not going to finish it in June. So I'm going to just show you guys a whip. I do film my videos a little bit before the end of the month, just so I can try and log and organize and get things ready for the following month. This is just nothing. Okay, so I decided I was going to try this double page spread, and I still need to finish it. I need to go back. The background is Neocolor 2, so I need to get back on there, and I need to, add some shading, add some, just add another layer of it. But I'm using an alcohol marker, a clear Ohuhu alcohol marker, to activate it. I just find it better for me to use an alcohol marker than to use water. I think you get a different look with the water. I think this was done with water. So I feel like you do get like a better look with it. But again, I need to add a couple more layers, a couple more shadows. But I'm going to keep at it with the alcohol marker because I've had some bad luck with the Neocolors and water lately, and I just needed to take a break from that combo. But I'll try it again, but I just need to shake it off. So yeah, and I'm using Inktense on this and Albert Doors. And I'm just going to bring in some greens, but I'm just going to pretty much carry the colors back and forth. And that's Spirit Animals by Hannah Carlson. And I'll probably add some acrylic paint too. I mean, acrylic paint pen to outline a lot of these mushrooms and these flowers, and then add some dots and stuff. So hopefully I'll have this done in July. You'll see it as a completed page. I would like to finish that. I don't want to leave it as a whip because I already have a whip in here that I just don't feel like going back to. Put this here. Okay. Here I decided to go back to my Eerie's World Literature book. This was my book to focus on in 2024, and then my goal was to pick another Eerie book for 2025. But I just decided I wanted to go on with this because let me just show you guys. So this here is my log journal. I just pretty much have my coloring books listed in not alphabetical order. Wait a minute. They are in alphabetical order, but by book name, not by illustrator. That's just easier for me. This is A to M, and then I put 50s, a tab for itself for like the Camilla Angelcover 50 minis. So as I color a book, I add a little ticket in here, and I color off the pages. And I had so many pages colored in the Eerie World Literature that I thought I just wanted to continue with it. Maybe just add some more color in this book, get a couple more of these pages ticked off. And yeah, see where it went. So I decided to stick around with that. So I colored, no, that's a whip. Where's the page that I colored? I do have a whip in here, but I didn't write down my colors. This was from like a couple months ago. So I know I was bringing the colors from this page to this page. Some of these colors here. and I was using Albert Duers, so I just need to finish that, but I just wasn't feeling it. I'll get back to it. Where is that page that I colored? I thought I flagged it. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Excuse me if you hear me yawning. Okay, here, this page. So I colored this page, and I decided, all right, I don't enjoy coloring in these books with my Prismacolor pencil, so I tried Albert Duers. So I decided, let me try my Inktense. I know a lot of people base with Inktense pencils, and then they go over and shade with a different pencil, whether it be Prismacolor or whatnot. But I kind of wanted to just use my Inktense pencils, and I wanted to give it a try. So this entire page, except for the background is Neocolor too. The sky is Neocolor too. I decided to go in with my Inktense pencils, and that's what this is pretty much colored in. The whole thing is Inktense pencils, except for these little grass things on the bottom. These I used acrylic paint pen just to add, sorry for the shake, just to add some flowers. Let me try to bring you guys down a little bit. Okay. Just to add some flowers and you know, Eerie puts the little grass, but I just wanted to make it a little bit more pronounced. So I added acrylic paint pen, but everything else is Inktense pencils. And I activated them with a clear alcohol marker. I did not activate my Inktense pencils with water. So basically I went in and I colored them with the pencils, but not so seriously like you would with color pencils, other brands, in the shading that I wanted, dark to lightest. And then I activated it with the Inktense section by section. And as it was still a little bit wet with the alcohol marker, I went back over it just to add some depth and shading. The way you would with a different pencil brand, I just did it with the Inktense. I'm really happy with how this came out, and I really love how the pencils performed. Oh, I think that the skin coloring is not Inktense. I think in my pack of Inktense pencils, I had the Color Pastel set. So I just used the Pastel Peaches to do their skin tone, because I didn't really, the Inktense didn't really have a color like that. Yeah, and it didn't go through or anything. The only thing that's going through is whatever was color on here, but I think I sealed this page. So yeah, I'm going to seal this page. Just a little too hot outside for me to be spraying stuff. And then I started, because I had so much fun using the Inktense, I decided to do another page, which is currently a whip. It's this page here. And again, this is Inktense pencils, but I wasn't having as good of a time. And I just think it's because of the image. Like, the other one, this one, I just feel like I found the perfect shades of color that I wanted, and just everything was just easier to color. And I feel like this page is a little like, it's like swirly whirly a little bit, and it's like a circle, and I don't know. So I just had to pick my colors a little differently, and I just wasn't having a great time. So I stopped, but I'm going to go back to it. I'm going to go back to it in July, and I'm going to finish it up. But yeah, so this is again with Inktense, with activated with an alcohol marker. Now I see, hang on one second guys, I think someone's outside. Oh no, we're back. Okay, a lot going on in my neighborhood today, and it's just causing me stress. Okay, so yeah, so I may go back and shade over this with maybe a different pencil, just to see if I can add a little bit more pop to this page, because I feel like there's a lot more going on, and I don't feel like I have a great deal of color combinations with my Inktense. So we'll see, but laying down with the Inktense, and I'm going to try and shade. But again, it's swirlies, and for me the shading is just a little bit different than the other page. But I am enjoying Inktense in this book a lot. So yeah, so this is the Eerie World Literature, and I'm getting more pages colored in here, so I'm happy about that. Did I start a page in Dark Fairy Tales? No, I took Dark Fairy Tales back out to color in, but I did not. So my second copy came, the one published by Loam Arts. So it finally came in the mail, and I've just been lagging on it. That page that I did in May that I didn't like the way it came out, I started to try and use Inktense in the background, and that's where I was using the water, and I don't know, it kind of went through. a little bit and I stopped because I was just getting frustrated. So now I'm going to try activating it with an alcohol marker. But I'm going to practice in this book. This book is going to be my practice book for mediums, even though I'm really sad because I did this page originally when the book first came in March. And it took a lot of time, and I just hate to just leave this beautiful page in a practice book, but that's what I'm going to do because I have whips in here I don't like and whatnot. So this is going to be my book to practice mediums and ideas, and then put them into the second copy I have when I'm ready. I'm taking a wee break right now from this book. Yeah, I'm not there yet. Maybe at the end of the summer I'll make this like a fall project book for myself, and like maybe from September to December just kind of focus on this one. Maybe there'll be some other things I can get some inspiration from that, you know, appeal to me right now. Nothing is calling out to me. Yeah, so I did not get to that, but I did get to my floating 3D mandala book and Finding Joy in Color. She does color the movies. So she picks out a movie. She gives you like a color palette. This month was Jaws. So I had to do it. I had to do it because that's like my favorite movie ever. Well, not ever, but you know what? Since I'm like really small, since I'm like 7 and I'm old. Well, I'm not old, but I'm older. So yeah, that's like my favorite movie for like my whole life. So I took the colors. I will put the palette here just so you could see how she posted, and then you can pop over to her Instagram. I believe she has a YouTube too. If I don't put the YouTube in the description, check out her Instagram because I'm sure she has got the link there. And she does this every month. She picks a movie, so you know. And I colored this, and I pretty much just used my Ohuhu markers and a white gel pen, and I just kind of went in and I colored it per the palette she picked. And that was nice and relaxing. I actually did that in bed while listening to my audiobook. So speaking of that, if you guys follow my channel, you know that one of my things that I do is I sit in bed at night. I do color by numbers, and I listen to audiobooks for like 2 to 3 hours. And I pretty much blew through the Grand Classiques Top 10. I pretty much blew through it. I pretty much did everything. And this book now, I mean, in the beginning when I was doing it, I was skipping the pages that I just didn't want to color, that I didn't like, but 98.8% of this book is done now, and I'm done with this book. I'm not going back to finish those pages, and there's a couple pages at the end that I did not do. I did outline, but I did not do. So the ones that I did do, now I can't remember exactly. Hold on one second. Where is my, hold on. I have my picture journal here, so I'll be able to tell exactly which ones I did in June. I didn't do any in June, it doesn't look like. Or I did and I didn't log them. All right, so it looks like, all right, so I don't know this, I another project I was doing for myself, and I didn't log my pictures yet for June, but this page I believe was June. I could take this off now. This is just like the protective sheet I used. So I believe I did this page in June, this page in June, maybe. This one I was using Tule Art markers instead of the Langu gel pens, and I'm done talking and praising any Tule art. Not that I ever did. I do not enjoy using them. They do not flow for me. Now, if anyone knows how to get the ink to flow, please let me know, because I watch people color on Instagram, like people who are hardcore into these books, and when they're using the Tule arts, the ink is flowing beautifully. I use Langu gel pen in this book, and the Ganguina acrylic paint pens, and sometimes Pintar, and they work perfect, and I never have a problem with any of those. 95% of the images are Langu gel pen, unless it's a huge background. I've been using acrylic paint pens just to not blow through my Langu pens, but Tule art, I'm done. I wash the nibs, I dry the nibs, I clean the nibs, and they just, I don't like it. So I abandoned this page. I started this page here. And then I had just gone in and outlined the last couple of pages, which is 1, 2, 2. I have 2 pages left. Now, I might go in and do this page because I know I did write down all my colors combos. So I just have to grab my pens. But I'm not going back to the pages I missed because I don't want to color them. And out of 100 pages, I'm going to say 6 are not completed. So I pretty much, excuse me, got hiccups. I pretty much completed this book without even really planning on it. And I'm actually kind of happy. And I was like, all right, let me move along. I was going to order another one, but I decided not to because I have so many. But I did see this book and I got really excited. I was like, oh, I think I want to color in this book. So I ordered it. So this is the Petite Poupées, but this is the color by number one, like this. You got the thing down here, and then you got the background here, and this is what, I'm sorry, I'm just going to show you guys like with the images, and it's really, really adorable, but it's laid out a lot differently. So in this book here, which I like, 1 is usually black or 2 is black, and then they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, A, B, C, D, E, F. They skip over G, they skip over I, J, K, and they skip over L. And they go M, N, and then, you know, they go to the alphabet and then they go to symbols. This one I do not like because this one goes 1 to 9. There's no 0. And then it goes A all the way to, I'm going to say it's going to go to Z if there's anything with that many colors. This particular one went up to U. This one is the one I started, and I don't like it because it's super, super small, smaller than the other ones I feel, and they have 1 and L and I and J. So I'm looking and I see the dot and I'm like, is it an I or is it a J? And then I'm looking and I'm like, is it an L or is it a 1? And then they have G and I'm like, is it a G or a 9? Like, I don't know why they would do that. And it kind of put me off, but I did go through an outline and I did start coloring. But again, the detail in this one is so much smaller, but I went through and I outlined a bunch of pages just to have them outlined. And you know, I'll get back into this. I'm currently doing a different color by number. It's by my bed. I'm not going to get it. I'm trying to think which one. Oh, it's the seasons. It's the big one. It's this one, but it's the one with Olaf. I'm sorry, not Olaf. The snowman. Who is the snowman in Frozen? Anyway, it's that one, and it's Saison Seasons, I think, or whatever it is. I'm doing that one at my bed, but I'm also now doing diamond painting in bed, which is quite fun when the diamonds fall all over my bed. I wake up with them like stuck to my cheek and stuff. But anyway, yeah, so this one is really cute, but I'm not loving it. I mean, the images are smaller, so I guess it's better, but it's a struggle for me because I can't see so well with these things, and even my glasses aren't helping, but I'm trying. So I'll go back to this. So that's my whip, but it's a cute book. Then I have my monthly buddy color that I do with Christina from Christina's Art Corner. And this was the page we picked out. And I based it with Ohuhu markers. And usually I've been trying to shade with Ohuhu markers, color and shade. But I shaded over with, I want to say Prismacolor pencils. And I will show you Christina's right here. And we were cracking up. These images crack us up, like just some of their facial expressions in this book. They're just so funny. And this one was like really cute and kind of, it made me chuckle a little bit. And I think she giggled a little bit too. Like it's fun. So yeah, so that was fun. So I'm so glad to color it. Get another page down here colored. So thank you, Christina, for coloring with me and helping me get some pages of this book done this year. I wanted to color in Mountain King by R.J. Hampson. This is the hardcover book because this is the book I decided I wanted to focus on of his. So I have the hardcover, which is easier for me to say it's completed at the end of the day. And I started this page. and I just stopped. For me, alcohol marker, the detail in this book is too small, so I feel like if I use alcohol marker, it's going to bleed through. I do have the finer tip Ohuhu markers, so I can try that instead of the brush tip, but I decided to just try some pencil, and I just stopped feeling it, so I stopped, because I didn't want to go any further, because I lost my, I just lost the urge to color in it, and I was like, okay, that's when I start to make mistakes and things start to go bad, and I didn't want to do that. So I decided, okay, let me put it to the side, and I'll go back to it. So I don't know if I'm going to go back to this particular page in July, but I might put this as a focal book for July and pick another page. I don't even remember what pencil I used. I know I pulled a different pencil case off of my shelf. I want to say maybe Chromaflow. I think I tried the German Chromaflow. But then I realized that I didn't really have a selection because I bought them open stock, and I was just eventually going to build up my collection. And I guess I decided to put my money elsewhere because my stock was not very, I did not have a lot of it. So that's why I stopped. I stopped, and I was like, I'll go back. I have to pick out a different pencil of different medium, and then I'll go back. But we'll see if I go back to that page. But this and hide and seek are like neck and neck in the race to which one I like better. Originally, hide and seek was my focus book to complete, but I decided I'd switch it to Mountain King. It could switch back, or if he comes out with another book, it can change. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Then I colored a bunch of pages in Matchstick Mouse Summer Coloring Book. I decided to try something a little bit different at night when I went to sleep. And instead of doing the color by number, because since I did wind down and pretty much complete the other book, I was like, let me try and maybe do something else. So remember, I'm in my bed, so I don't have a lot of room, and I'd rather just be in bed than on my couch, because then I just put everything to the side and go to bed. So I decided, let me take a book and a pack of pencils. So in these books, I color with my Albert Duers, and I bring in my clear alcohol marker because I activate my Albert Duers with my clear alcohol marker. And I decided to do that. So I went in with the alcohol markers. And the Albert Duers. So I did this page. Now, I also then decided, let me try a different pencil brand. And some of these are colored with luminance, but I'll let you know which ones if I remember. But this one was Albert Duers. This one was Albert Duers. This one was Albert Duers. And this one was luminance. Yes, I only did the one page with luminance. Actually, I think this page had both. I had some luminance on this page, and then I went in with the Albert Duers and finished it. And this one was luminance. Didn't love how they performed in this book. So I have the book of his that I'm trying to complete this year, the springtime one. And I don't know. I feel like the Albert Duers, the paper seems the same, but I don't know. I feel like the Albert Duers worked better in the other book. But the paper seems the same, so I don't know. But yeah, so I managed to get, and I'll just go through them again. 1, 2, 3. Did I show you guys this one? I don't know. Maybe I went over it. So yeah, it's 3. Oh yes, I didn't show you all of them. This was a buddy color. See, I'm so glad I went back through it, because then I would have felt really, really bad. So let me show you guys. I did this buddy color. I'll put her name across the screen, her Instagram, and she reached out and asked if I wanted to color. I said yes, because I hadn't colored in this book. So this was the first page I colored in this book, and I want to thank her because look, she inspired me to color all these other pages in here. And let me show you her page. And I think like it's amazing. And I know she said like she didn't want to do the same color. She felt bad, but I don't really care. But she only saw him in like a blue hat, but perfectly fine with me. I mean, That stuff does not bother me at all. You color however, whatever pages whatever you want to put on paper is fine with me. So I actually love the way hers came out. I love the colors she used. I had a little bit trouble deciphering what the hell was going on back here on this side, because you have all the sky here, but then he made these like little swirls like they were leaves, and I was like, well, is this side like a tree? Like I thought, okay, maybe it's just the branches with these leaves and lemons, but then he made like bushes, like he does with his bushes. So I was like, what the hell? So I did this side green, like maybe it's all foliage, and this side sky. But I started to do the sky first, thinking it would go around, and then I saw that, and I was like, oh, no. But yeah. So this page, which was my buddy color. So again, thank you so much for buddying with me. Then I did this page. And this page. So yeah, a lot of fun. And I will be bringing this book back to my bedside with me for July and get a couple more pages in here colored. But I really need to finish this book because I only have like a few pages left. I know I say it in every video how many pages I have left, and then I forget. So let me get to my little book here because I know I put these guys down. All right, so here we go. So here's springtime, and I only have 1, 2, 3 pages left to color, and then this will be all colored in. And then summer, which was I started, I have all these already. So this is going to be my next book. I was going to do floral, but since I focus so much on summer, I'm just going to go through summer. I have nothing colored in floral. Big Adventure is the next runner-up, because originally that was my book to complete this year, but I changed it. Matchstick Mouse Cookbook, I only have 1 page colored in. 25 Days of Kindness, 1 page. Autumn 2. Pumpkin Party 3. And that's it. So, yeah. Summer is my next book to focus on. And every now and then I'll maybe dive into a Big Adventure just to fill it up. So I'm getting Morgan O'Brien's Matchstick books. The wheel is spinning with those. But this is the one that I colored. This one had been a whip. I think I had some pages colored on it. So I just wanted to finish it. So, you know, it was a little like, it was piecework because I had colored with Albrecht Dürer for half of it, but then I went in with alcohol markers for the rest. And I just wanted to get it done. So yeah. So this will be, I'll try and get, I have, what did I say, 2 or 3 pages left? So I will try and get those pages, hopefully in July. Maybe I could bang this book out by July, but we'll see. August, for sure, I'm hoping it'll be done. And that's Matchstick Mouse Summer. Then I have my 50 Mythical Minis. And this is my project book. But it looks like I'm going real hard in 50 dragon theme minis. So these two are running the same race and they're like almost neck and neck. But I colored the beautiful Pegasus page and I just love how it came out. I added a circle around it just to border it off. I added some stencil background and it was June, it was Pride Month, and I didn't do, usually I color something with like a rainbow and I didn't this month, so I decided to do her wings in rainbow. And then I tried to bring the colors in the wings into the flowers and the butterflies just to keep it somewhat cohesive and make her a different color, like a purple. And I had a super fun coloring this page. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I did have a little mishap with a white pen, but you know, hopefully when you look far away, I can't see it, but when I'm looking close like this, I see it. So, but I'm still very happy with how that came out. And that's in 50 Mythical Miniatures by Camelia Angelkova. Then I went into my new favorite book of hers, 50 Dragon Theme Minis, and I colored a bunch of pages. So I colored this page here. Now in this book, I'm just going in with alcohol marker and shading with alcohol marker. And I'm either using my Ohuhus, even though they're all drying up, whatever colors I find that are not dried up, I will use them. Otherwise, they're mostly done with the Cali Arts, which I'm not a huge fan of, but they're new and juicy, and that's what I have. Though I did whip out the big set I have of the Ohuhu fine tip, but I don't enjoy using them because it's the one with the fine tip and the chisel tip. And for large areas, it's just so much more. It's just better to do with the brush tip. With the fine tip, it's just very hard and it's scratchy and it just bothers me. So I try to use the fine tip for smaller areas on some of these, but the larger areas I tend to use the brush tips. So I colored that page, and then I colored this one. So let me just take these little tags off because they tend to rip paper sometimes. This one, and I added the border, and I wasn't 100% happy with the color scheme I chose for the dragons, but it's fine. It will do. And then I colored this one, and I had a little mishap. I dropped my ink pad, which, I got so mad. Because I'd stamp it with the date, and the pad just slipped out of my hand. And of course, it had to fall face down. And of course, it had to fall on the white. Like, it couldn't have fallen like an inch below and onto my mat, but it fell on the paper. But it is what it is. But this one was super fun to color with, and I think I used a color palette for this. In fact, I know I used the color palette for this. I just can't remember which one. The color cube. And this one was a lot of fun, and I added the border. And the stars in the background were with white gel pen, but they turned, some of them were turning blue. So then I went in with a blue acrylic pen, paint pen, and added the rest of the stars with just blue ink, because you can't beat them, join them, right? And then this page, which I wasn't really sure what to do. What color to make him. Like, I wanted to make it like, do I make it like a monarch butterfly and then make him a monarch colors? But then I decided I'm going to make them blue. I was going to make the dragon and the butterfly match. And then I was going to do the background, the color I would have done a monarch butterfly, the oranges and yellows, and then do the flowers that color. And then I may have added the rock. I think I added the rock. I can't be sure. Yes, this rock was already in. And I think he was just kind of floating. And I added the ground, but then I was like, what is he, hovering over the ground? And I don't know. His feet was still above the flowers. So I think I added the rock that he's on. I just kind of copied it. Got it? Yeah. And I'm just having a lot of fun coloring in this book. So this book will definitely be in my rotation for July as well. I'm just really enjoying it. And this is the 50 Dragon Theme miniatures. Can't really remember. Did I color? I have Mythamorphia out, but I can't remember if I colored in it or if I wanted to color in it. Okay, so I started coloring a page, and I can't remember if I showed you guys. I have it in my book for June, so I may have finished it. I think it was at the end of May, and I finished it in the beginning of June. And I was not happy with how this came out. There was just a lot going on, and I just wasn't happy with my color choices. And it ended up that, I don't know, I just wasn't happy with it. So the back, I started to do Neo colors, and this is my favorite page in the book, and I was really, really nervous that they were going to go through, and I just was having a really hard time getting them to do what I wanted, so I just let it dry, and then I went over with Prismacolor pencils, but I did not like the color I chose for the corals, and I don't know, there was just a lot of it, and then I went over everything with a paint pen that didn't match, and it just, you know, when one thing spirals and it just, I don't know, but my heart wasn't in it. So that's probably why. I mean, it didn't come out awful, but it kind of was not what I wanted. Like, I missed a spot, but it's done. I'm not going back to it. So that's when I decided I need to shake off coloring a little bit in this book. Just, you know, get my bearings again. It was a double page spread anyway, so it was kind of big. So, but if we look at my Mythamorphia, how many pages do I have in Mythamorphia? Oh, I didn't even put any. Did I not? Oh no, that's spare M's. Miscellaneous. That was my M for miscellaneous. Mythamorphia. Anyway, skip some page. Here we go. So I have my Mythamorphia second copy. And these are all the pages I colored in here. So here I put the nameplate pages at the end. So there's 4 name, you know, the cover pages and the back pages. And then I started from page 1. So this may not fall, numbering may not fall into exactly how the book is. But anyway, this is how many pages I have colored. So I'm getting there. That was my goal, was my project book. So, but I think I'm going to take a break for Mythamorphia next month. And then one of the books I definitely know my randomizer picked out was The Mouse Guard, which I absolutely love. I don't think you can get it anymore. And I think people selling it on eBay are asking an exuberant amount of money for it, or exorbitant, whatever. But I colored, I didn't mark it, but I don't have a lot of pages colored in this book. So I started this, and again, I was like, oh, let me try something. And I think I went in with the Neo color background, and I did not like how it was coming out. So I need to tweak that a little bit just to make it more flowy. So I might do that in July. But I colored this page here for June. I just need to stamp it. I want to stamp it. Well, I got you guys here. And I gave it a quick little stamp at the bottom right there. I just use a regular ink pad, and then I have this stamp here. Okay. All right. And I use Prismacolor pencils. And this book has some dark shading, so it really, you know, I think I may have went over with Tombow. I may have did a light layer of Tombow on some of the leaves and then went over with Prismacolor pencil. And this book is cute. It's a little darker images, like black ink wise, and but yeah. And I think I want to try and keep this in my rotation for a little while and get some pages colored in it, but we'll see. Yeah. So this is The Mouse Guard by David Peterson, and that is all my completed pages for the month of June 2025. Like I said, I have some whips going on, but that's okay. I'm gonna get to them, and I have a lot of books that I actually want to try and focus on in July, but I also am doing a randomizer, so I don't know what July is going to look like, but I will be posting that plan video shortly for you guys to see, probably more towards July. But I know I'm not going to be coloring in any more pages right now. I just want to do some organizing. The new thing that I'm bringing into bed with me when I'm listening to my audiobook now is diamond painting. So I have the diamond paintings from the Diamond Art Club, and if you know, some of them are like so huge. But I don't have room for that. So some of them are a normal size. So I have a normal size one, and I have, I kitted it out. I put all the diamonds in their little holders, and I just sit there with like a lap tray that I have, a laptop tray, like, those desk things with like the cushy background and the hard surface. And I've been doing diamond painting in bed, listening to an audiobook. So I'm just trying to add some other crafts, because really the nighttime is the only time that I have to do certain things during the week sometimes, and I want to read and listen to my audiobook, because just to show you guys, like, this is my reading journal, and I had a 25 goal, and these are all the books I've read so far, all the ones colored in, and I reached my goal in May. So I'm just having a lot of fun listening to books. I'm doing audiobooks. There were 1 or 2. In March, I read 2 books. In April, I read 1 book, like a physical book. But the audio, I just like so much better, because it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. And then, just in case anyone's interested, I have a TBR list. I still have 3 books to read on my TBR list. I mean, this isn't coloring related, so I'm sorry if you guys are bored. But I just figured I'd show you guys what else I do aside from coloring. And now I'm just reading some books. And yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for watching, and my next video out will be my plan video for July, and then I'll probably do another rank and rate series. Maybe I'll do Kirby, or I don't know, something I have a significant amount of books in, series. So look out for that. That will probably come out sometime at the end of the month or July. There'll be a couple of those because I have a couple of series of books I can show you guys. But anyway, I hope everyone is enjoying the summer heat. It is super, super hot here today in the States, but just trying to keep cool. So everyone, I hope you're enjoying your summer or your winter, wherever you are, and I'll talk to you guys soon.